comfortable.
It's too late.
I thought we were going to do one more run at sunset.
Max, my body's still sore from the fall this morning.
Well, then you need to get back on the horse.
The problem is that the horse isn't the one who falls on his butt. It's me. Besides, too many tourists on the slopes.
Hey, don't complain about the crowds. Business is usually lousy this time of year, but it's going great.
I know. Which is why it's nice to sit here alone in front of the fire. Things have been too complicated since Eleanor Armitage died and her son came to Landview.
Oh, man, that guy gives me the creeps.
Still upset about his mother's death. I really wanted to help him. But I didn't know what to do, and it just kept making me feel...
What he wanted you to feel involved.
Maybe. But right now, that all seems so far away.
Well, good. Because that's the whole reason for being here, because you can't think about your troubles when you're shushing down the hounds from hell.
Speaking of which, can we take on an easier trail next time, like the bunnies from Heck?
Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Is this Maggie Carpenter backing down from a challenge?
Okay. You want to I challenge you, big guy. Can you tell me, can you show me one spot on my body that doesn't hurt? What?
I can probably think of two.
Armitage! What are you doing here?
Does Mrs. Buchanan realize she's holding up this entire trial?
Your Honor, I'm sorry. She's right outside, and I'm certain she's on her way in.
Bailiff, would you make sure she doesn't get lost?
Dale, what's going on? There's no one trying to tick off the judge?
Well, enough to talk to her. I'm assuming it's important.
Well, does Bo have something?
I don't know. I'm sorry, Antonio. I wish I could tell you something.
What do you mean you want me to stall?
Yeah, drag things out. Just don't start your summation until I get back here.
Well, how much time will you need? I'm planning on talking for about an hour. Where exactly are you going?
Boston.
Boston? What, are you kidding me? That wouldn't be a summation. It'd be a filibuster.
Call it whatever you want, honey. You just have to keep going. Don't let this trial end until I get back. Mrs. Buchanan?
Yes, thank you, bailiff. I'll be right there. Can you at least tell me why you're going?
I don't have time. You wouldn't believe me if I did tell you. I'll get back as fast as I can, okay? I love you.
Boston.
Oh, Andy, I didn't see you sitting there. How's it going? Alex, actually, it's not too good for our side. Hank's summation was pretty effective. It's just frightening how easy it is to make an innocent man look guilty. Does that look like you and Tim were having fun last night?
Why, didn't you? I mean, the music was great, not to mention that floor show. RJ getting fitted with new bracelets.
Did you get anything out of her?
Cass, I wasn't after a story. Our date was strictly social.
Well, it's not like you, Kevin, you know. Usually you have an ulterior motive. I mean, she seems smart and she's certainly attractive, but so is that other woman you were dating. What's her name? The nurse? Rita? How come you didn't bring her to Club Indigo, you know? Why? She wasn't a player in this major trial that you're covering?
Cass, my social life is none of your business, okay?
Mrs. Buchanan, nice of you to join us.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you ready to begin your closing argument?
Your Honor, if, may we approach? Your Honor, I hate to do this, but...
Do what?
I need to ask for a recess.
Oh, I don't think so, Your Honor.
There's a problem, Mrs. Buchanan.
Your Honor, some new information has come to light that could have a major impact on this case, I think.
And that information would be?
Well, I don't exactly have all the details nailed down yet.
So you're asking us to go on another one of your wild goose chases. Remember that mystery witness that you had to call before you could rest your case? The witness that never materialized?
This time, that won't happen.
I know, because I won't let it happen. The district attorney has already given his summation, and now it's time for yours, so your request for a recess is denied. Either you give your closing argument now, or we'll skip it. And I'll start giving my instruction to the jury.
Hello, chaps. I hope I didn't intrude on a private party. They told me that Sunset Mountain had the best skiing, so I thought I'd come over. I gather you did as well.
Well, actually, I own the place.
You amaze me, Max. You own a radio station and a ski resort.
Well, I try to keep busy, and apparently so do you. And it looks like you like to live your life quite dangerously, coming all this way without a reservation.
Ah. Yes, yes. I suppose I should have called, but I do like to live spontaneously once in a while, you know. Have I blown it? Is there any room at the inn, as they say?
Well, you're in luck. We had a last-minute cancellation, remember?
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Oh, right. Peggy and Gordon Jenkins, they're the managers. They took a couple of personal days off, so we're just getting used to running the place.
Yeah, right. Let's see what I got here. It would be room number 8. So if you want to go take a look at it, see if it passes muster, you can register, and I'll put your equipment in the mudroom.
Thank you very much, Max. That's very kind of you. Room number 8 is...
That way.
That way. Right. Thank you.
Sure. Why did you tell me I had a room available? Do you want in here? I don't.
No. You think he just happened to come by? This isn't the only resort on the slope. This guy's been tracking us, and I want to know why.
Mrs. Buchanan, sometime in this century, please.
Yes, Your Honor. I seem to be missing just this one little piece of paper.
Nora, what's going on?
Oh, he found the lead. He wants me to stall until he gets back, so I'm sitting here treading water. If I start to go under, Taya, you have to do something.
Like what?
Mrs. Buchanan, enough.
Here it is. Thank you. Very sorry. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, no, it's okay. I got it. They're all in a particular order. That's all. Thank you. I'm sorry. Your Honor. Very sorry. Just be a minute. I'm very sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Apologize to the jury. They're the ones you're holding up.
Yes. They're all here. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, the judge is right. This has been a very long and tiring trial, and I want to thank you for your attention and your patience. I'm sure there are times you wish this all could go a lot faster, but I also know you want to do the most responsible job that you can, because after all, the stakes are very high. I mean, a man's future, his whole life, is in your hands. And you have to know who this man, Antonio Vega, is. And that takes time, because he's a living, breathing human being. And he has a past. And he has a family. And at the heart of that family is a simple, decent, heroic man. His father, Diego Vega. Diego Vega grew up in a desolate Puerto Rican barrio. Poor, but with a burning desire to better himself. And that desire took him, as a young man, to the city of hope, the city of dreams. New York City, New York, where he finally met a beautiful woman, 10 years younger than him. The lovely Carlotta. His parents said no. Her parents said no. But despite the family's opposition, they fell in love. They fell in love. And then how to make a go of it. I mean, how to marry and support this family that they were longing to have. And that's when Diego Vega's uncle offered to sell them his half of a little diner in Landview. And so for a long, long, long time, Carlotta and Diego worked themselves to the bone in that diner. Morning till night, morning till night, morning till night, to make a better life for their son, Antonio and Christian.
You're losing them. The jury's nodding.
Got any ideas?
Cough. You're allergic to something. Cough.
And then, suddenly and tragically, Diego was gone.
Your Honor, could we have a recess for 5 minutes? Counsel seems to need an antihistamine.
All right. But make it the non-drowsy kind, huh? This court is in recess for 10 minutes.
All rise.
Good call.
I said call, not play the last scene from Terms of Endearment.
Counselor, you gonna be okay?
I think I'll live. But you know, I need to clear my throat and it can get pretty ugly, so I've got to go to the ladies' room and do that.
Yeah, well, you do need some more of that clown white. And, oh, don't forget the big red nose.
What are you implying?
Nora, I know you. And you are certainly putting on the performance of a lifetime. Now, if I were the judge, I wouldn't buy one bit of it. But since he's not asking, I will. What are you up to?
Hey, Grandpa, I needed to ask you a question about something you said earlier. How I'm missing the boat if I think that RJ's the shooter. How are you so sure?
Oh, just a little common sense, Kevin. Hesser is RJ's meal ticket. You think he's going to lose his cool and blow him away? He's not going to kill the golden goose, even if this one happens to be bald-headed.
Yeah, but you also said that you knew that Antonio was innocent.
Did I? Oh, I don't know. It was a gut feeling.
Well, then who do you think the killer is?
Well, why would you ask me? Ask your uncle. He's the cop, not me.
Is it just me, or is something wrong with Nora? I mean, she's acting very strangely.
No. I noticed that, too. What was all that stuff with her family history? What the hell was that?
Okay. She's just killing time right now. Trust her.
Kevin. Hey, how you doing? What are you doing here?
Well, I thought Andy might need some moral support.
Right, and I wanted to see if Bo found out anything from Archie about the feather.
What feather?
Oh, you didn't know about that, do you? I found a feather in RJ's office, and it matches the one we found in Rio. You know, the one that fell off Bird Boy.
I knew it. I knew he's the one who sent the bird after us.
Say that again?
Bo has just connected RJ to our fine feathered friend down in Brazil.
So did RJ confess?
That I don't know.
Well, Cass, what do you say we go find out? Thanks for the tip. Enjoy the trial.
My pleasure. What? Something I said?
No, just hit me. How you always seem to find yourself in dangerous situations.
That's a gift, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. I think I've known since the day we met you were more than just a mild-mannered Irish poet.
Maybe if I stopped wearing the cape.
Yeah, maybe if you hadn't grabbed a total stranger, namely me, taken her breath away with just one kiss.
Oh, please, it was good for me, too.
I know you were just kissing me to hide from the bad guys.
You bought that, did you? Okay. I better stop right here if I want to not get myself in any more trouble. Let's locate Andy. That's why we're here, right?
Yes. I feel badly for her. It's been hard on her trying to stay away from Antonio. See her anywhere?
Oh, look on the bright side, Nora. Beau's in Boston. That's a lot closer than outer Mongolia, let's say.
Nora, are you okay?
Yeah, fine, great.
All right, let's try this again. Are you okay?
No. Am I that transparent?
No, not to everybody else, but I know you and you're rattled. How come?
I don't know if I can keep doing this.
What?
He wants me to stall until he gets back from Boston.
Boston?
Oh, please, I'm as clueless as you are.
No, actually, Beau's working on a new lead.
Yeah, I know. He said it was very, very big and that I probably wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, well, did he say if it had anything to do with RJ?
Well, I think it has anything to do with RJ, believe it or not.
But whatever it is, you have to keep talking.
Oh, yeah, and I usually could do that. I can yak up a storm with the best of them, but not with the judge giving me looks and I'm running out of material.
You're doing great. Actually, I think everybody's really anxious to see what you're going to come up with next.
Oh, yeah, you think the jury will be interested in a few family recipes? Lots of pot, I like it.
So, where's your charming companion, then?
Maggie's getting geared up. We thought we'd try to make a final run before the sun goes down. Would you like to join us?
I would love to, as long as I'm not intruding. That's quite a stroke of luck running into you two here.
Ian, give us a little credit, would you please? This is no coincidence, and you know it. You found out where we'd gone, and you went out and you bought some fancy new clothes and equipment, and you showed up on our doorstep. Why? I bet you don't even know how to ski, do you?
Actually, I'm rather decent at it. I'm decked out like this, like a novice, because all my kit is home at Kent. That's quite you. I'm quibbling. I'm sorry. I did suspect that you would be here, and I thought if I wanted to see you folks, I would just come over. Evidently, an invitation was not going to be forthcoming. But you understand, of course, you know, me being alone and so far away from home.
Mr. Armitage, you work for a global concern. You travel all the time. If you get homesick, you know how to deal with it. And I'm sure you have simpler remedies than driving all the way out here chasing after a couple you hardly know. So let's try to figure out what you really want and why you're really here. Let me take a guess. Could it be because you think Maggie has your mother's locket? Am I close?
She finally told you the truth. Good.
Yes, she told me. And she's really upset about it because, believe it or not, she happens to be concerned about you. Only problem is she's leveled with you and you don't seem to believe her. You gotta stop hounding her. Because she doesn't have your mother's locket, and she doesn't know who does.
Well, I better let you go. I don't want you to be late.
Oh, yeah, if I'm late, then the judge will get really angry. Of course, then again, while he's venting, maybe I can come up with other ways to forestall these proceedings. Or if I get really lucky and the judge hasn't found me in contempt by then, Bob may get back from Boston.
With the evidence we need to clear Antonio.
Well, keep your fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah. Oh, great.
What?
No, don't look now. Alex is slithering out of the ladies' room. That must mean she was there all along.
She heard us talking. If she tells anyone.
I'm gonna go make sure she doesn't.
Take him to the airport right away.
Longview International Airport.
How many other airports are there in this godforsaken town? Yes, hurry up, move it.
Airport, okay, very good.
Hi. Could you follow that cab that's pulled out in front of us and don't lose it?
I will try, but sadly I cannot speed. I am having already too many points on my license.
Look, forget about the police. I am the police. Follow that cab.
All my life I am waiting to hear those words.
Mrs. Buchanan, I hope you are sufficiently recovered to continue.
Yes, Your Honor, yes, I am, and thank you so much for your concern. I appreciate that very much. I'm sorry, these coughing fits, they just, you know, come and go. They're very mysterious. I've had them for years, you know. I have. I always thought they were due from stress, but when I went to the doctor, you know, he thought they were from mold spores. Mold spores. I mean, whoever thought of mold spore? I mean, who can see a mold spore? You can't see a mold spore. I don't have any in my house, of course. I mean, my house is very clean. I don't have any coughing attacks in my house. I haven't found. Because I kind of keep it very clean. But when you walk into these musty old buildings, these courtrooms, I mean, mold spores everywhere. Hello? I mean, and who can see them? I mean, we spend hours in here just sort of cleaning up. There's one. Whoop, there goes one. I mean, unless I came in with my own bottle of disinfectant. I mean, I guess I just have to learn to live with it.
Mrs. Buchanan, brace yourself.
Yes, sir.
Take a cough drop. But please, please, would you close out your closing argument?
Yes. And I would like to thank the jury for your forbearance. Courtrooms and everything happens in them, I'm sure, seem very foolish to all of you. You know, or maybe even worse than that. But I'm sure you've heard the expression, crazy like a fox. My father, who was a judge himself, was very fond of that expression, because he felt that it reflected all the contradictions of the law, where ordinary people are asked to produce a very extraordinary thing, justice, which is greater than all of us, and wiser, which reminds me of one of my father's favorite stories, not a courtroom anecdote, of which he had many of those. No, this is an old Jewish folk tale. It's called The Daughter Who Was Wiser Than Her Father. And it's about a young king who decided he must marry the wisest woman in the kingdom. She could be highborn or lowborn, it didn't matter to him. Of course, this made his advisors plots, but, you know, he didn't listen to them, as usual. So he took off his crown, and he took off his robe, and he put on the simple clothes of a commoner. And that's when the young, wise woman explained to her angry father that the king in disguise was not the simple idiot that he appeared to be, that he had given her father the head of the chicken because he was, after all, the head of the family.
Counsel, would you approach? Now, Mrs. Buchanan, have you taken leave of your senses? This is a trial, not a folklore seminar or the history of Latinos in North America. If you don't come to the point, and soon...
Your Honor, if I was rambling, that was not my intention. It's just, you know, I've always felt that this case was so very sketchy, and I kind of wanted to fill it in with a little background information.
Well, you've come up with a Picasso. And believe me, the jury is bewildered because I know I am. You're wasting our time, deliberately, and you're damaging your client's case. And if you continue, I'm going to hold you in contempt of court.
What do you mean? Why am I worried? Have you ever seen Nora fumble around like this before?
You play poker, Clint. Don't you think she's got something up her sleeve?
How do you figure that? And what are you doing here anyway? Don't you have work to do at your office? And since when did you become a courtroom groupie?
I'm not. I want to find out who killed Hesse, that's all.
Oh, you don't think it's Antonio?
Not a chance.
Well, then what about R.J.? Both picked him up for questioning.
Mm-hmm. And he's barking up the wrong tree.
Okay, then, Paula. Just who are you betting on?
Mr. Gannon.
RJ, thank you so much for agreeing to see us.
Don't thank me. I'm grateful that the press is finally realizing...
Realizing what?
Well, realizing that holding an innocent man on rigged charges is a front-page story. Right?
Okay, what do you say we all act like adults here? We will listen to your story with an open mind, as long as you know that we both know that you are no Boy Scout.
So I must always be guilty of something, is that it? Look, they hauled me in here twice for questioning, and I went out of my way to be cooperative. I even testified as a witness for the prosecution, and you're still not satisfied.
We're not the cops.
Oh, right. Your father, the editor, just happens to be the brother of the commissioner of police.
RJ, the banner does not choose sides.
Are you trying to tell me you came in here without an agenda?
The only agenda we have is that we were held up at gunpoint by somebody in costume in Rio. And that piece of a costume happened to show up where, RJ? In your office.
Where it was planted during an illegal search by agents of the Landview Police Department.
Okay. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that there is no connection between you and the peacock. What were you doing in Rio?
Like I told you, like I told anyone who was listening. Before Carlo died, we had business in Brazil. So I was down there wrapping up some loose ends. That's why I had Carlo's power of attorney.
Yes, which we were able to obtain until you stole it back from us via the peacock.
And your proof is what? A feather that was planted in my office? How do we even know that that feather comes from this bird man, huh? Oh, but that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot. You don't need proof, because I'm R.J. Gannon, so I must be guilty.
RJ, the feather wasn't the only piece of evidence found in your office.
They found Carlo's ring.
Do I need a receipt for everything?
Yes, you know.
This is really getting us nowhere.
Yeah, you're right. And you know why? I'll tell you. Because you two aren't reporters. You're vigilantes. You don't care about the truth. You care about taking out the garbage. Isn't that what you think I am?
RJ, if you weren't the one who robbed us, who was?
Here, run this light.
Hey, you will lose your friend.
What friend? How long has that taxi been following us?
Oh, since we leave courthouse.
Forget the airport. Take me to the strip mall on the corner of Wilkinson.
Hey, it's closed. Hey, knock it down tomorrow.
I know that. Nothing lasts forever. It's a shame. Now step on it.
That's it. My bag of tricks is empty.
Good. Because if you stole any more, Judge Carlovati's going to nail you.
I can handle the contempt charge. I just can't handle losing the jury, and they're almost gone.
Then win them back.
Mrs. Buchanan.
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, I've already spoken too long. For that, I apologize. It's just that I know that when I stop speaking, my job will be done. And that's a very frightening moment. Because then I have to ask myself a lot of questions, like, have I done everything that I could have? Did I miss something? Anything that could have helped my case? You yourself are going to have some doubts when the burden is shifted to you. So I guess if you'll let me, in my final moments, and I promise you, these will be my final moments, just let me shed some light on the question that's put before you. Whether Antonio Vega could have committed this crime that he's accused of. You've heard all the testimonials mound up. From his family, from his friends in Angel Square who he helped, from the police department, not to mention Antonio Vega himself, all saying he did not, he could not have committed this murder. And what does the evidence say? Or should we say, what evidence? A palm print on the murder weapon that could have been there months before the murder. Or for the money that Antonio Vega is alleged to have stolen from Carlo Hesser, not a dime of which was ever found in any bank account of Antonio Vega's or under his mattress or anywhere for that matter. The bloody shirt that was like the one Antonio Vega wore the night of the murder, but that bloody shirt was never proven to have been the one that Antonio Vega was in fact wearing. So if the prosecution's evidence proves nothing conclusive at all, then what is it that remains of their case? The fact that Antonio Vega has a temper? Yes, he does. But let's talk about that. For example, did Antonio Vega lose his temper when he had to finally admit to himself the kind of man he was working for? No. No, he got mad. But he used his anger working within the system to expose the monster that he was working for. He volunteered his services to the police. That's how Antonio Vega got angry. That's the truth about Antonio Vega. He's passionate. He cares about people. And he has always tried to do the right thing. And he knew from his contacts at the police that Carlo Hesser's days were numbered. All he had to do was sit back and let justice run its course. So why would he throw his life away to speed that process up? It seems doubtful that he would. And that doubt undermines the Commonwealth's entire case. That doubt is reasonable enough for you to acquit Antonio Vega.
The power and the possibilities.
Good Morning America.
ABC this week. I'm sorry, Max. I just have this image of my mother dying alone in some impersonal hotel room. And then a stranger taking the locket off her neck.
Oh, and you can see Maggie doing that? Stealing jewelry off a dead body?
No, of course not. I mean, when you say it like that, no. I mean, I suppose I owe her an apology. Or of course, I could just, get in my car and drive back to Landview.
You do that?
I mean, yes, if you feel uncomfortable. But I certainly would regret the chance missing out on some serious skiing if the slopes were all they're rumored to be.
Well, the Hounds of Hell is rumored to be one of the toughest runs in the East, if you're up to it.
Oh, I think I could probably manage.
In that case, stick around. We're going to get in one more run before it turns dark, and then you can leave if you like.
You sure this is okay with you?
Well, I'll tell you what, my 4x4 is right out front. Why don't you go get your stuff, throw your skis on the rack, and Maggie should be ready by then.
Great. Thank you very much, Max. I'll be ready in a few minutes.
Ready to go?
Yeah, just as soon as I call my father.
What?
I can't take this anymore, all right? I was upstairs getting dressed, wondering why Ian showed up here. He thinks I have his mother's locket.
I know. We had a chat about it.
You confronted him?
Well, don't you think it was about time?
You told him that I didn't have his mother's locket.
Mm-hmm. And, seemed to go for it.
That easily?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, Max. I don't think that guy is going to be happy until he has the locket in the palm of his hand. I want to call my father. I want to tell him if he has the thing, he has to fork it over now so that I can give it back to Ian and end this mess.
Oh, it's bright light and rubber hose time.
You're free to go.
Go back to my cell in a minute, okay? I much prefer the view from here.
You want to sit there, it's fine with me. But Commissioner Buchanan called, and he said, we're not holding you anymore. So, like I said, you're a free man.
In Landview? Where the cops can arrest you for nothing anytime they like?
Ooh, that was a fact. I'll lock you up now. But you're free to go.
Well, you tell the commissioner he made a mistake, and I'm not going to be quiet about it. Excuse me.
me the gun. Give me the gun.
All right, Alex. I know that you don't have an appointment, but you're in luck. There's been a cancellation.
Your Honor. Your Honor, I realize I have severely taxed the patience of this court.
You're aware of that?
Yes,
and
sir.
yet you persist,
Yes.
even after your closing argument.
Your Honor, I just need 5 minutes. Please, I just need 5 minutes before you charge the jury.
Objection.
Oh, please, Your Honor, we've spent all of this time already trying to come up with a fair verdict.
Because of your delaying tactics
that the
here.
police commissioner has some information that we need to obtain that verdict. Please just give me 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. 5 minutes, so that I may confer with Commissioner Buchanan.
I'm giving you 2 minutes. And everyone else, remain in your seats.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
I've been praying for a miracle for this beard.
I don't know. I thought the police commissioner would have given up on you by now, but I guess I was wrong.
So, Mrs. Buchanan, can we move on?
Your Honor, I need to reopen my defense.
Oh, come on, Your Honor. Please, will someone tell Mrs. Buchanan this is a trial, not a circus? Your Honor, this is outrageous, even by Mrs. Buchanan's standards.
Mr. Gannon is right. I'm in shock myself. But, Your Honor, I now have irrefutable proof that Antonio Vega did not kill Carlo Hester.